Morning guys, I am doing my update this morning for Falago, and as you can tell it is our Christmas special because he's the only one that's got a big enough sense of humour to wear a Christmas hat, and he doesn't mind, so you can do what you like with it. He's quite funny. He's like, what the hell are you doing to me? Anyway, it's really nice to have Fat Man back, and I didn't think I would see him for another preparation. I thought last prep was the last for him, and then of course he jags a win at Flemington, good old boy, and so he's back in work. So it's a pleasure to have him back. He's a bit crotchety and worn and torn, but to be honest with you, he was at the beginning of last prep as well, and if he wasn't going to Darren Weir, you'd be very, very worried about him, but because he's going to the best of the best with the best facilities and the best people behind him, then there's a high chance he'll probably win another race at Flemington, which I hope he does. And anyway, look, he came in very, very good condition, so he wasn't too fat. He done it a bit tougher than last time out in the paddock at Manning Tree Park with Darren and Liz, which was a good thing because he just loves to be fat. He loves his food. He has put on a bit of weight since I've had him, but I do monitor his diet a lot, so I've obviously got to be able to give him good food to keep him healthy and well to do the work that he's doing, but I've got to be very, very careful because he just balloons. He just puts weight on like you wouldn't believe. So anyway, it's great having him back. So I've had him for probably just about a month, and he is going to the track. He went to the track early, but only because I bowled him around on the sand, keep him off the hard roads a bit too. And but he's actually started doing his 3/4, and he'll actually do some evens tomorrow. He's going tomorrow. And so anyway, that's what he's up to. He looks very, very well in himself, and he's a good boy, so he'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas. And I've had him for a very, very long time, like over a number of years. And I had him when he first came down from Sydney with his 2 bowed tendons, and we did our trot and canter rehab work up the roads, make sure there's no cars, Fat Man. And so we know each other very well, and he's still a grumpy old fat man, but I love him dearly. And he's not even overly comfortable to ride because he's a crotchety old bugger, but you know, we just do what we do. So, but he warms up out of it, so he's not like head bobbing lame, but he's definitely crotchety, and so, you know, I'll get him out of here as quickly as possible so he's in the hands of Darren Weir, and he can take care of him the way he does. So no other horse would wear a Santa hat like this. He's just a funny bugger. Come on, Grumpy, let's go. When you ride him up the road, you've got to wear a set of hooks. I wear a set of rail spurs, you can see them, and it just means he picks himself up and carries himself, whereas if you don't have spurs, you kick, flat, like he's a big fat Felwell pony that doesn't want to go. But he warms up, so he just scratches his way for the first little bit, and then he warms up. But he's a good boy. So very, very happy to have him back, and I'm pretty sure this will be the last time I see him, but he's going to have probably a very good home with somebody after his race because he's a lovable old bugger. Good boy. And very rideable, although he's scratchy and stuff. I mean, he's quite a pleasure to ride. Come on, he's a good boy. So it's what day is it? It's actually Thursday. It's a Thursday before the ATV Christmas party. So I hope everybody's going, or by the time you receive this, have been and had a good time. Sounds like there's a lot of rain coming Friday, so I hope it doesn't wreck things. Come on, Fat Man. He's been a good family too. Ooh, he's having a shy old man. He's been a good family. Like I've had Falago and High Largo, and I think she's gone to stud. And they've been an honest family for everybody. They're quite a heavy family, which is probably a little bit detrimental to their joints and limbs a bit, but you know, that's racing. I mean, this old man here, he's a war horse. I mean, to come back from 2 bowed tendons and win the races he's won, and you know, as we know, he should have won a lot more because he's been a bit of a bridesmaid quite a few times in the city as well, hasn't he? Come on, Fat Man. Come on. Oh, he says, do I have to? So I won't video him for very long. I'll just show you him going up the road, and then I'll do one at the track for you. He's funny. So anyway, he's funny because he's wearing a Santa hat. Come on, Fat Man. So as you know, I call him Fat Falago. There was obviously a misspelling in his name when he was called Falago. What's that silly bloody hat doing between my ears? Come on, mister, they're only ponies. He's a good boy. Oh, he says, I'll stop. So he's warmed up out of it now. He's trotting along quite nicely now. And like I said, he's not head bobbing lame or anything. He's just crotchety. He's a bit like me when I get out of bed of a morning. All the aches and pains and stiff bits. Take a bit of warming up. Come on, mister. So he just trots down the hill. You can have a canter back up again, and then I'll switch you off. Come on, come on. It's been a very warm end to the spring, hasn't it? I don't think Kyneton had it this warm all summer last year, and when it was warm, it was blowing a gale. It was horrible, whereas this year's been absolutely beautiful. It's good for the soul, good for the spirit. Makes you feel good, and the horses feel good. They're all shiny and healthy, like Fat Man's shiny and healthy. I don't know if you can see him back there. He's quite shiny. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on. Funny you think of him being an old horse because he's been around in and out of the place for a long time, but he stays up and racing for a long time, but he's not an old horse. He's, what is he, 6 or something? Maybe even 7. What are you? He's over 0, so you're a 7-year-old. He's a good boy. Not really old. He doesn't really shy much. He's just a very uncomplicated horse. When he was younger, he used to shy a bit. I don't think he can be bothered now. He's a good boy. So we'll turn, he can canter back up the hill. Good fella. So see, there's Falago. He's a good boy. He's got a beautiful head. We'll stand your Santa hat up for you. See? He's a funny horse. Come on, Fat Man. You do get a bond over the years with some of these horses, and what I like is if I've had them once, they know exactly who I am and what I'm about forever afterwards. You know, that's the thing, when they go to Darren Weirs, it doesn't matter how many times they come back, they just come back the same horse. They're still good in the hand. They might be a bit rusty in the rib cage, but nothing the kick in the belly doesn't sort out, just to get them a bit softer and flexing and bending a bit through the ribs. But other than that, they don't have bad habits. They don't whip around. They don't carry on like fools, unless they were fools in the first place. But lucky there's not many of them. Come on. Good boy. It's quite steep, this hill. Makes him blow a little bit. And he's lazy. Good boy. So that is Falago. And I'll get some video of him at the track. I'm going to probably trot him for another 2Ks now, but I won't do more videoing. I'll keep it short and sweet for you guys. So anyway, if you get this before the Christmas party, I hope to see you. If not, and you get it afterwards, I hope that I've caught up with you. Anyway, that's him. Bye.